Okay, this is definitely going to be my last message for the night, and this one I'm literally Stace's side. My mom has moved aside for Stace's side to ask me to deliver a message, and I've let them know if you don't show cards to help me deliver this message as accurately as possible to his side, because they're literally asking me to say something to someone or someone's on his side. And what I'm hearing is that someone on his side, more than one someone's, is struggling to understand, and I don't really necessarily take it as a bad thing. I think they just want someone on Stace's side to understand how the hell, what they're saying is how the hell Stace has a raven. Because somebody's watching these messages out there and they see that I'm reading accurately. And Stace, when he pulls from the side, is pulling accurately. So I'm being asked to deliver this message, and I, you know, they gave me a whole thing, and as I said, I do not like scrined messages. They pull too much from me, I feel. So I've told this person that unless they pull cards that are going to make sense, then I'll scrap the message. But they're reassuring me that this will not be a scrapped message, because someone or someone's on that side, I'm hearing like more than one, is wanting to know how, the how and the why and things like this, particularly given who I am and what I look like. How can I possibly hear your side? For one thing, I believe the person that's now in my ear might be mom energy. And what mom energy is saying is that she intended for all of her children to have ravens, and that one of the things you need to start checking on, double back checking on, is that if a generation skips having the messaging, the gifts, the intuitiveness turned on, because maybe they're doing self-numbing, they're doing things they shouldn't be doing, then it falls to the next generation. And whether or not people understand this is oftentimes one generation that come down in avatar, soul format, agree that they're going to not turn on their gifts. And she said, if you think about it in that way, in that form, you will understand why she was who she was, and other people that you knew from her generation the way that they were. While they were here in spirit form, and why some of the folk that are still here, well, she said most of the folk that are still here from her generation are the way that they are. It's because, she said, I scrined it once before, it's the energy absorption that they did, but they also agreed to do the absorption, and they also agreed that it was the next generation, their children, who get the gifts. So they said what she's saying, and there's a gentleman with her that looks to be her age too, what they are saying to explain to the children on the children's line is that the gifts are all of yours to have, because they didn't take the gifts. And that should make sense to you guys if you start doing what you're supposed to be. The mom is kind of given a little bit of this. If you were doing what you're supposed to be doing and really getting in there and connecting to your people, you will understand very quickly that you have the gift and you are able to do what needs to be done. So I told her, if they want me to read that and talk to you about that, then they better start showing this on the cards so that you understand it's true, it's correct, and that I'm telling you truthfully. So, King of Pentacles, Okay? King of Pentacles is someone that's wealthy, successful, and a provider. Okay? So I don't know if we're talking to a male or a female, but we've got a provider on this downline here that we're talking to, that they're hitting direct on the line. Has strength, inner strength, bravery, compassion, and focus. And is, in fact, trying to awaken on the line. Okay? Adventure, creative spark, enthusiasm, new beginning. And you're confident. Okay? You're adventurous, you're energetic, and you are charming. So hopefully, whoever this King of Pentacles is, with the Knight of Wands, knows that they are going on a new adventure. I'm being told this person is going to get in touch with the other side. They know they're being called. This person knows they are being called from this line. Six of Wands, victory, triumph, success, celebration. You are being called forward from your line, whoever this person is. They said it'll become obvious to whoever's. And bear in mind, I don't know any of Stace's people other than I know Stace. And the people that I have met with Stace have been his adoptive parents. Okay? They're not on your line. You're on your line. The Sun. You're going to get joy, success, celebration, and positivity. Somebody on this line, they are saying, is going to hear this message, understand that this message is true and correct, and you are about to go and start doing what you need to do within your own community. Yes, you're a Page of Wands. This is a start. You are starting the journey, my friends. You're confident. You're on the new journey, on the path, just what I just said. This is somebody on Stace's line that's coming online. Stace is already online. Stace is already on the journey path. This is somebody that his parents' generation have given up their gifts. They want you to understand. They had to give up their gifts in order for this may come to the next, so that the next can clearly help those quick ascenders come into what they need to come into. Wheel of Fortune. Babies, I'm the wheel. I am the wheel. I know I'm the wheel. I also know I'm the raven. I know I'm the message bearer. But let's tell you what the wheel does for you. Change. Destiny. It's your destiny to do this. Turning point, and it's good luck. Somebody on this line, on Stace's line, King of Pentacles, somebody that's a provider, is changing things around and is starting to move into the traditional path, is going towards his mom and dad are both talking. They want to know both. They want to know both Choctaw and Creek. Mom and Dad want me to tell you that either or is great. Knowing both is even better. But if you end up having a preference for one over the other, either or is strong, is great. Okay? So they're saying that's what you want to know about this spin wheel. Which one? Which one? They're saying both would be perfect. And I'm getting that thing again where they're both going, the tribes are rising, okay? Told them they better make this make sense for you guys through the cards so that I can make this make sense. This is a very specific someone on the downline, coming online, newly coming online is what they are saying. They're very happy about this. Do you want Kipperish so that you have a hint as to who you are? You're going to know who you are. Your line is wondering how it is that I can flow messaging through. They're saying that they've given it to you before, and I feel like they're right. I think I have delivered this before. Stace and I are warrior for warrior energy. I come from a warrior line back in my homeland. You guys are from warrior lines, okay? A raven from a warrior line was given to... He sees himself as the bear, and they're clarifying, you are the bear, babe. You are. You are the bear. A raven flies with the bear. Divine feminine. Okay? They're saying, for me, for sure, but also for whoever's doing this on the downline. You can be a divine male and you can be a male, a masculine male, and trying to balance out your divine feminine. So, but it's somebody that's intuitive, that's awakening currently on that line. The blessing, the dad is saying the blessing is that you have two lines. They wonder if their children understand how incredibly powerful that is. Do you understand how incredibly powerful that is? They're asking me to say this to all of the children on the line that are still on this side. Please understand how incredibly powerful it is to have two nations' bloods flowing. Woo! Okay. Right on. I like this. The message is crossing you. You're getting the message. It's a real message. You're held in high honor. Okay? You're held in high honor. You hold all of your people, yourselves and your people are held in very high honor. Ooh. This thing is just like, in my hand. I love this. This is a very, very, very highly honored, intuitive person that is looking into both lines. Both sides of the line. Somebody is coming down on the line and wants to know both. They're asking, why not spin the wheel and try both? Hold on to both because you have both. You are strong on both sides. Ooh. I like this for you guys. I like this. Of course, I like every message I got tonight except for that very first message, which kind of sucked. All right. What from here? Reflection. Reflects on experiences to gain the insights and personal growth. Self-awareness leads to positive change. You're spinning the wheel. You want to know, reflecting on both sides, they're saying. You're reflecting from both sides. As you should be. The strong male says, as you should be. No, keep going. There it is. You're being told the truth. You're being shown your purpose and your destiny, and you're embracing it. Whoever is on this side on the line is doing it. Okay? Truth. Honor truth in your actions and words. Authenticity fosters trust and genuine connections. Honor what you are doing. Go ahead, do that. Spin that wheel, look at both sides. You have two parents on the other side saying that both are great. Both are equally great. Both are strong. Both are powerful. Both flow within your bloodline. Whoever's doing this, man, you're going to really love, I think, what you see. The purpose card says, discover purpose of your life through your passions. It will bring you fulfillment and direction. Bow and Arrow by Reuben and the Darkness. You're a bow and arrow. You're the bow and the arrow. Whoever this is for, you are the bow and the arrow, and that is your name. You're the bow and the arrow, and you'll know how to interpret that, they're saying. Destiny. Follow the path that aligns with your true purpose and aspiration. It unfolds your unique journey. Thank you. Like, you know what? You better give them cards that will make sense for these folk. Is that it on this? Yes. You're the bow and the arrow. Your whole bloodline has the ability to pull the bow and the arrow. Okay? Stace is the bear that has me flying with him, but understand everybody has the ability to talk to the divine, and somebody on this line is really figuring that out and is going to go for both sides. That's because you're a bow and arrow. Okay? You're a bow and arrow. Listen to Reuben in the Dark, the bow and the arrow. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I wonder if Stace knows this about any of you out there. I don't know any of you out there, so I think this is amazing. All right. Carry on clarity. From the bird. You're getting clarity from the bird that delivers the messages. Something has served its purpose and must be released. What sustains you may also decay you. So somebody is getting rid of the old and is rolling into becoming the bow and the arrow. Ooh. And you just got that message that this is like your clarification for whoever's doing this. What I hear your parents saying is that they would want all of their children taking advantage of the gifts that they left for the next generation. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all out there. There's something about skipping that generational line is what the female is saying, the mom is saying. Because the gifts, the bow and the arrow, for example, belong to someone else on Stace's downline. Okay? Oh my goodness. This is so... They're telling me no for time for you too, but I feel like if they know that you become, you know what, sometimes I just want to argue with spirit. They're telling me no. Divinity is a personal thing. I can deliver the messages, but I must honor what they say. When they tell me no on these cards, they're saying it's the same as, for the same reason that I know I don't pull from over here, that these belong to Stace. Stace feels these. The energy for Stace comes from this side. It's the same here is what they're telling me. They're trying to help me grow as the raven. I appreciate that. So they're saying no on the time. The bow and the arrow knows for themselves, is bringing themselves online. Ooh, I love this. I love this for you. Do you want anybody? No. The bow and the arrow knows. Okay. All right, I'm going to roll the dice. Maybe that'll help. Don't let me do that. Okay. Take a power nap. They want to talk to you. They're talking to you in dreams. Yoga. Again. The mom on this side is saying, you know, they've asked me to say this before through the brother, that honestly they say yoga, but for your people, stomping, doing things that are ceremonial to your people. And Dad is coming back in and saying, yeah, and both sides are great. This is really cool. Could be a 34-year-old, a 31-year-old. Yeah, I think this is on Stace's line. Could be a 23-year-old, a 21-year-old. It could be a 42-year-old. This is definitely on, when I say Stace, oh, and this fell in my lap. What you don't see is you have a connection to Cancer. There's a Cancer connection here. Okay? Ooh, this is so cool. I think what? 4 and 2, 4, 36, 37. Is somebody 37 or 38? I'm being asked to add these. Okay. So there's another one that's coming online. What I'm confused about is if it's the older or the younger that's the bow and the arrow. This is so interesting. They're saying that whoever this is will know, and then they have Virgo. They're either related to a Virgo or they connect with a Virgo. There's Virgo in their chart, something like this. This is so interesting. You know, your Stace's family line never fails to surprise me, but I've never been asked so directly. Usually the cheeky guy in my ear will give me really funny things to flux in and say update on this or whatever, but this is a set of parents that are saying they absorbed the energy. They took what they were supposed to take so that the remainder of the line, they're watching whoever is doing the bow and arrow, and the bow and arrow is very smartly spinning the wheel. They are following the path of the sun. They're at the start, is what they're saying. They are following the path of the sun because they are supposed to be the bow and the arrow. It's important to them that their whole entire line, down the line, like both of the mom and the dad are doing like this, down the line. Every one of you is asked, every single one, both sides, because your nations are trying to rise. Please reconnect with your people. They're hitting me. Every single last one of your people are supposed to be connecting with your own people right now because you are in process of your nations rising. And they said, stop thinking it's weird that somebody that is not of your lineage, they said it has to do with a warrior-to-warrior exchange. My people were also expelled from their lands, and so there's a long history. They said you should look it up. There's a long history of Scottish people working with Native Americans on this side. On this side, they're saying. So it's not shocking. It shouldn't be shocking. People should do the research is what they're saying. Ooh, gosh. Ooh, I want to get some Trinky Charms, and hopefully they're like, if the bow and arrow doesn't know who they are, then they don't deserve Trinky Charms. Somebody with the A+ is doing some A+ work. Somebody that has a connection to music, very deep fondness of music, I'm being told. The spider was in the upright. I've dropped it. The frog is in the upright. Somebody likes frogs. Somebody has put down the traditional religions on your line. Somebody's butterfly is still in its cocoon for the moment, but they're literally, what they're showing me to tell you is that ain't going to be for long. That butterfly's coming out of that cocoon because they're doing the work. This is all about your tree of life, your roots. This is very important to them because it's important to your tribe. They are literally, again, down the line. Every last single one of you, they are saying down the line. I think they're going to start pulling all of you one at a time. One at a time. They're going to start pulling every single one of you down the line. This is wild. Who connects with the bat? They're saying Batman. Whoever the Batman is, you're being pulled very soon. Who likes the whales in the ocean? You're being pulled very soon. You're all going on the journey. They literally are saying they are pulling you down the line. Woo! somebody born in 90, somebody born in 96, 94, and 92. You're being pulled. It's what they're doing down the line. This is about your nation's rising, they're saying. Whoever the bow and arrow is out there, that is really cool. I'm a little jealous that you got the bow and arrow. Your mom is saying, why? You're the raven and the wheel. I like your people on the other side. They're very, very, very pleasant. They're fun to listen to, and they're very... they're saying, understand. Start understanding. I almost wish they would have pulled a hangman card for you so that you could see that they're asking you guys to get that higher perspective. Understand, as you awaken, you're going to start getting that higher perspective. I just want to make sure I'm explaining this correctly. They were the way they were so that you may have the gifts that you have. Okay? And that is something that tends to come online for people as they are awakening. You start to look back and go, oh, it's because you're being called. It's this generation and more. The younger that are going up faster, that are supposed to be arising. And they literally keep doing this. Tell them, we're pulling all of you. So, okay. They know I'm willing to give the messages and do the hard stuff. So, hey, I'm sorry if anybody out there finds it offensive. I'm just asked to deliver the messaging. Okay? All right. Much love to your family. Bow and arrow. Reuben in the darkness. You're a bow and arrow. You're a bow and arrow, man. Or lady, or whoever this is for, you're a bow and arrow. So, go hit the mark. All right. Love to all. Bye.